on acoustic guitars in general. And also there's this idea of the scale length on acoustic guitars and the string tension that's involved, and just the overall tension on it making it harder to play. Compared to what? Compared to electric guitars. Because I've got acoustics that are small and all varieties of shapes and sizes. I'm speaking in general that because of these different factors, acoustics are generally harder to play, more difficult. But I wouldn't say one way or the other versus how you want to start. It depends what do I want to play on it. See, I went through different changes as I began playing. So starting out with the Full Metal Jacket, it was all what I tell you all the time. The Judas Priest. This is what I wanted to play. The Blue Oyster Cult, the Iron Maiden, the Black Sabbath, the Grim Reaper. Another band I don't mention enough is called Rat, because I like a lot of those glam metal bands as well, but they have to be very certain ones. Rat is an amazing band. The Metal Church and Ronnie James Dio, and the list goes on and on. This is what I like. And I went down, you see how I'm playing now and what I was playing last night. It's a completely different direction. Because here's the thing. I looked at electric guitars and I thought it's so complicated. It must be more expensive. It's got all these shiny things, etc. No, no. Acoustic guitars are expensive. Acoustic guitars take a lot to make, but all my instruments are prepared to go up in value. All my instruments were investment level instruments that not just retain their value, go up in value. And they're ones that I mostly would rather not sell anyway. But you have to think of that also in terms of your money's not in the bank, it's really in an instrument that you can play. A guitar is phenomenal in terms of buying something that retains its value. I can't think of too many things that do that. Anything, you buy a car, immediately depreciates when you drive it off the lot. And you know this. So you buy a gaming console, trying to resell it to the GameStop, and they'll give you half what it's worth. And I don't know why well, I know why, but it's hard to explain why guitars are so unique in this regard, where you buy one and you let it sit and whatever. And when I began playing, I was all concerned about, I need a perfect case for all my instruments get the perfect case. They don't even leave the house. So you don't need to worry about a case to the extent that I did. And I just like to have the complete set of everything. So the point being is that yes, acoustics are in general more expensive, and they're more expensive to produce. Well, you have to think about it. All the individual pieces of wood, all the geometry, the technical aspects. Electric guitar, take my Gibson SG for example, or a guitar such as Telecaster. I think of the tag sale I went to recently where the guy had made a Telecaster body out of like a dining room pine table. And you could tell because when he flipped it over, there was a lion insignia on the table because it was a piece of furniture. It was one of the coolest guitars I've ever seen. Of course, that was not for sale. And he plugged it in, he was out there jamming. But think about it. He carved that out of a table. That's just a solid slab of wood, of pine or whatever, in the shape of a Telecaster. And then he added in artificial relicing in himself and tarnished the hardware himself. Very, very cool instrument. Why do I say this? Because he was able, this guy who was not a recognized guitar technician or luthier, he was able to make a solid body electric guitar himself because he was handy. But it would have been a lot more effort and work for him to make, or maybe an impossibility, for him to design an acoustic from ground up with the same qualities. Because it's not the same. You can't carve an acoustic out of a table. So that's some food for thought to why this is all so expensive in other directions.